Hello friends, welcome to my video for the YouTube telephone hop. Now the layout I have to scrap lift is this adorable one right here. It is so bright and happy and fun. It's a black and white photo, some torn bits, and it looks like the background paper is it is framed as well. They're using a black cardstock with a bunch of enamel dots and mist and all of that kind of good stuff. So I'm gonna see how well I do with this and go from there. Now I was looking at what I have, and I have this fun photo here. This was a photo that my daughter had, I think on Instagram, of herself and her roommates. So that is fun. So I changed it to black and white, and it was a low quality photo. That kind of thing does not bother me. So let's see, I do have black cardstock in the supplies I'm using right now in my little kit, so I'm going to use black cardstock. I like the idea of using this indigo and ivy vellum. It is much more see-through than what you see here because they include this white sheet, I guess, so that you can see the vibrancy. So I'm going to use that, and then I wonder how it would go if I used this color around it. I'm liking that vibe. And then I'll go ahead and gut the inside of this because it's so gorgeous. You can't, possibly just cover that whole thing. All right, I think that's the direction I'm going to go. You saw my scrap lift inspiration, and I'm just going to go for it and take you along with me. So here we go, friends. Alrighty, I am re-recording the audio on this part of the video, so I apologize if anybody did go ahead and watch the first round of this, but every once in a while, YouTube likes to take my original video, and I don't know how that's even possible, but they do. So you see right here that I went ahead and gutted this absolutely gorgeous heart paper here because I wanted to use the inside. And I'm going to go ahead and use a piece of black cardstock, which at least looks so far like the inspiration piece that I'm using. And the inspiration piece I'm using is so gorgeous. I just love it. I'm going to also go ahead and mat this photo that I'm using. You see the photo I'm using is in black and white, and that was kind of fun. I don't turn enough photos black and white, but they sure make it so that you can use any supplies that you could possibly want when you do that. So this is the Vicki Boutin 6x8 paper pad, and I'm looking through here really quickly to see what papers I might want to use for the torn bits that you see in my scrap lift I am doing. And, I have used a ton of this paper pad. I think I have 3 or 4 sheets left. So if it ever hits your local Tuesday morning, pick it up. It is absolutely gorgeous. And it's also double-sided, which is really, really nice. So many of the paper pads are single-sided, so this is a win. And I'm going to go ahead and put those pieces on both sides, and I think it adds a lot to it. I'm not very precious with my tearing. I just kind of go for it, and I figure it all works out. It always looks good somehow when you do your tearing bits. I have gone ahead and matted my photo with 2 more pieces of the Vicki Boutin, a very strong rainbow diagonal stripe and kind of a watercolor aqua. And now I'm going to go ahead and get a bunch of the mixed media on here. I'm going to go pretty heavy with, I think that's sweet cherry, butter, and teal. I think it's been a minute since I made this layout, but I think those are the colors, and I do go ahead and get heavy-handed with it. All right, that's all done, and you know how you won't see all of it, but it does mimic the inspiration piece pretty well. There's lots of really great bumpy bits in the scrap lift that I did, and I'm going to try to go ahead and make sure to, oh, sorry about my head. I'm kind of short, so sometimes I need to peek on over to make sure that things are going the way they should be. So I'm going to go ahead and see if any of these great Vicki Boutin puffy stickers, they're like puffy thickers, if you know what I mean. I'm going to see if any of those will work for this layout. And voila, there will be a success. I mean, so many of those puffy stickers are great because they're just kind of generic, so you can go ahead and use whatever you want. So I believe it's going to say hi, roomies. And I like when I can use at least two different kinds of words or alphas or whatever you want to call them for titles. I think it makes it look really, really interesting. And for this coming year, I'm really going to work kind of hard at having some longer titles because my Thickers collection is way too big. So I'm going to go ahead and get this on, and I'm going to go ahead and use that upper space in the photo because I have plenty of room of kind of like dead space, and I like the way it nestles on in there. I have a few different absolutely gorgeous washi tapes that are in this kit that I'm using, and I'm going to go ahead and layer some of them up. This one's kind of weird though. This one with the light bulbs on it, it's not like a regular washi feel to it. It's kind of shiny. Shiny and slippery, if that makes any sense to you. It's absolutely different, but I think it's from the same washi tape collection. So I don't know, but it's kind of cool to have different finishes and textures and all that kind of stuff. So this is part of my quest that I am on to use up rub-ons, and I had this set by Fancy Pants that are ever so vintage. So I thought I'd see if this very bold, kind of cartoony arrow one still has life in it, and it comes off just like butter. It comes off so incredibly well, so I couldn't be happier with it. I'm going to go ahead and put that on, and I'm keeping a couple of sets of rub-ons on my desk for this entire year coming up. I'm trying to kind of have like a colorful one and like a black or white or a black and white set, because if something's directly in my eye vision, I don't know. If I can see it, I will use it. If it's put away on a shelf, I never end up using them. So I had these sitting on my desk, so they popped right on, and I think they were cute. This is just a bunch of roommates hanging out, doing nothing, so they definitely work for that. I can't remember what rub-on collection they were, but it's kind of like little boy themed, I think. Anyway, very, very cute. Now I'm going to go ahead and try to get a little bit of stamping. I just use a darker charcoal color of stamp pad or ink pad because I really prefer the charcoal tones as opposed to jet black, as long as the layout will allow that. And I like it because I think it kind of allows me to have like the stamp finish on without it being the thing that draws your eye super strong. So this is a stencil I'm using. I don't even know where the stencil's from, but I am using some texture paste by Heidi Swap, and it is metallic texture paste in black, just to add a couple of stars on. I think it's going to just add a little bit more interest to this page. And now we are at the fun part for the layout. I'm starting to audition different things on this to see what's going to work. I found 3 wood veneer that I can put into 3 different places. And now I'm taking a look and seeing what's going to work from my set of the Vicky Bouton die cuts, ephemera, whatever you want to call them. And there's this big giant circle piece that I did not originally plan on putting, but I really, really liked it. Says I was not made to be subtle, and that is absolutely true about my youngest daughter. She is a bold girl, so that works for this. And anything Vicky Bouton tends to be beautiful anyway, so I absolutely loved working with this. I'm gonna go ahead and see what pieces I can layer and kind of mimic that scrap lift. And I think mine comes pretty close to the look of it. Although the original was in these gorgeous tones of like a hot pink and aqua and all that kind of thing, I still have a nice saturation of color, but I definitely kind of went in a little bit different direction with it. I can't wait to see what somebody does after me to see how they interpret this. So I liked this giant banner piece that was in this kit that says hi. I'm also going to use the top of the tag, and I'm going to get that shimmied beneath the word hi, and I'm going to also, there was a piece I was just touching 1 second ago. I think I'm going to go ahead and see if I want to work with that as well. Like, I see how there's another circle piece. I like the replication of elements. I think that it makes it really interesting to look at when you repeat things. I think it's fun. And I popped that up on foam tape just like I did the aqua one. So I get to have a nice shadow and all of that without it being chipboard. So, it's a fun way to make some faux chipboard. I'm going to use liquid adhesive to get my wood veneer on. I don't have much luck using like ATG tape with wood veneer, so I always end up just using the liquid stuff. And now what I need to do is see what kind of fun little bits I get to put on that's in that kind of diagonal that's going from the upper right to the lower left. It's so cool in the scrap lift, all the little bits that they have there. So I'm going to spend some time decorating that little area as well. Now this is super cool. It's like the top of a tab piece, and I liked the little bit of pop of white in there, and I mean it kind of looks like a file folder. It's really, really cute. So I just, did what I normally do when I scrapbook is I put more and more and more and more. I wanted to take a look real quick at this sticker sheet that I have that's by Heidi Swapp. Now, the Vicky Bouton collection and this Heidi Swapp collection have a different vibe to them, but there's usually something you can use, when you're mixing collections with other things. So I did a quick peek, and this is a less saturated tone of that Great Day, but they still work. It still has that feel of it in there, as well as the Be Kind words. So I was able to get just a couple of the elements from that sheet on here. So it ends up being a good thing because I like to use my kits to their fullest. I really like when I can get some traction with my supplies. So that's what you see me there. I'm just trying to see, does this work? Does this look right? Is it going to be like the thing that draws your eye too much? Because, I want my photo to be the main element on this page. So that's what you see me doing there with all the auditioning that I do with everything. And clearly Good Times is absolutely spot on for a girl with her college roomies. So these are the Pink Paisley Again and Again Enamel Shapes collection, or Enamel Shapes. And it's kind of cool because there's like navy blue, there's a metallic, and like a mauve and like a rosy pink. So I love when you get all kinds of different colors that you can use on different layouts in one little Enamel Shapes pack. So yeah, I used a bunch of them. I think I might still have the really dark navy blue, a few of those. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab some of these really great black dots that are in that Vicky Bouton Puffy sticker collection. I'm just looking for like the small bits that can enhance that mixed media area that I have. So you see me popping out things and taking a peek, and popping out things and taking a peek. Okay, my friends, I just have a tiny bit more to do, but I did want to thank you for watching today and following along with the hop. These are so fun to be a part of, and we have a ton of fun all just kind of chatting about it and uploading and checking in with each other. And it's one of those great things about scrapbooking that, it's a community kind of a thing, and we have a ball doing it. So if you have any questions or comments or anything like that, go ahead and put them below. If you want to be notified of when my next layout goes up, feel free to just go ahead and click the little notification bell. And yeah, I think that's it. Oh, and of course, if you would like to like and subscribe, I would be ever so grateful. So thanks so much again, and I will post a video probably tomorrow, I believe. All right, goodbye, friends.